opportunities. A 3-0 win over Lehigh, 5-0 over St. Francis, 1-0 their last time out over UMBC, and we are underway here from Norfolk, where Old Dominion had that 2-2 tie against Georgetown and a 1-0 win over the College of William & Mary.
Yeah, so starting off just from observation, it's looking like ODU starting off with a 3-2 sort of formation. So we'll see if they're fluid tonight and how they adjust and change positions.
Christook made that a bit of a challenge for the Terrapins. It'll be interesting to see. Remember, the Terps, with 3 straight shutouts to start the season, have yet to trail in a contest, so they've yet to have that mentality in terms of sort of feeling pressure. And we'll see if the Monarchs can apply some of that this evening, or if Maryland will just keep on rolling. When you play with the lead, it's a different ball game, isn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, so far, Old Dominion looks to be applying a lot of pressure on each ball. We'll see if they're able to maintain it throughout the game, but so far they're coming in challenging each play.
Now, you played for Old Dominion. How long does it take you to get up to speed when you're just starting a contest?
Well, I mean, really it depends on the culture of the team and the strategy of the coach. So right now it looks like Coach Hind, Angie Hind, likes to start off aggressive and likes to come in on each 50-50 and encourages her team to do so, and we're seeing that right here.
Mullen looking for the through ball. It's a nice look. The far side. Another one coming through, and here we go. The shot save there from Faith Lucky.
I mean, what a start. As we're saying, ODU is starting off strong. They are not taking any passes for granted, and they're putting some pieces together pretty nicely.
Sometimes it takes a little while to get one's sea legs, whether you're home or on the road for the first time, and the Monarchs trying to take advantage there. First corner kick of the contest, and here's Balcazar will be taking it.
It's good to see her back on the pitch and see how she's able to gel with the team in such a big game.
Working with Christook. Julia, the cross, far side. And here's another opportunity that's up and over.
Yeah, that volley, she leaned back a little bit. That's why it went up high, but there's really good play with ODU finding each other early on in the box.
Grace Hillis, the opportunity there that sailed high and wide, and we remain scoreless in the early going. Old Dominion in Maryland.
See what we're seeing here with number 8 already pressuring the keeper on the ball, showing that they're not going to give Maryland much space. Hopefully their fitness is able to maintain that pace of play.
Yeah, easier said than done on a humid night. Here we go, the Monarchs once again applying some of the pressure. The cross in front, Lucky comes up with it.
Yeah, Maryland right now seems like they're adjusting possibly to the road trip. On the defensive end, they've left some spaces behind open, but we'll see if they're able to adjust to ODU's pace of play.
Kula gets it to Balcazar. Here's a trip. Gives me a chance to tell you that those in charge of tonight's proceedings, our referee is David Elliott, our assistant referee is Michael Sabelu, and the assistant referee Andy Romine, and the fourth official is Ryan Williams. And here's one in front, an opportunity for McCormick, and she goes high and wide.
I mean, once again, we're seeing...
That's Cap Myers.
Yeah, we're seeing ODU get behind that space and that outside right defender, and they're able to get that cross off. This is really the second time. If they can just continue to lean over that ball, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we see one here soon.
Taking advantage of opportunities. The team that can do that best has the best opportunity to victory. Lucky's goal kick. Morales.
Sneak over that way when have to do graphics. What are we doing there?
So Maryland's trying to put some pieces together and try and possess a little bit. So far, ODU has dominated them on possession right now. So we're going to see they're pressuring each ball and playing pretty aggressive.
Here's Balcazar. Plowing through there is Davidian. And it comes back to Aaron Jones getting the start and goal for the Monarchs here tonight.
You know, one thing that's interesting about the game of soccer is Sometimes it doesn't matter how much you dominate in possession. It matters in getting the ball in the back of the net.
Yeah, who can finish? The puzzle has to have the final piece put together there.
Exactly.
Yeah, halftime and full-time graphic.
Here come the Terps with an opportunity. The goal scorer against UMBC, that's Ellie Eglund. Takes a little while for teams to get rolling here, but you get a couple of passes put together, maybe have an opportunity, and here you go. There's an opportunity for the Terps, but the cross goes wide. Here's Eglund, a one-timer in front, cleared away.
One thing we've definitely seen from that play is that number 14 for Maryland has a lot of speed on that left side.
Kelsey
ODU
Smith, we've seen her light the lamp a number of times.
Absolutely.
Be a throw in here for Taryn Raybone.
Oh.
Here comes the Monarch, Kristook, stopping and starting against Mia Mitchell.
I mean, brilliant finding that space and splitting those two players with that one touch. Finding her player on the outside corner.
Lutz goes to Balcazar, doesn't take the one-timer. Here we go for McCormick. She keeps it on the ground, right to Lucky, who's true to the save.
That was an unlucky shot, but that was a brilliant play. Brilliant course of stringing of touches for ODU.
And the difference between staying over the ball with the knee over the ball and keeping it on frame and leaning back and having it go through the uprights, stark. It's you can see it coming from a mile away. It's just hard to avoid it when you're on the pitch. Mullen tries to send Kristook through. Lucky will change the field. Summers. Here's Thriso. Hillis and Kula, everything defender in the Sun Belt, and this is Sydney Summers. Nice look ahead, but that's behind Kapmeyer.
So ODU is doing a good job of finding each other in those channels, finding each other's feet, attracting the Maryland defenders, and then crossing the field with that play following. This strategy so far seems to be working. They've had a few through balls behind Maryland's defense, but it looks like per that last play, Maryland center back was able to catch on to that.
Summers and Kapmeyer working together here. Nice stab there with the swipe from Raybone. They'll change sides here with Grace Hillis.
I mean, great composure on ODU's end, not forcing it on that side. Maryland was able to shift their play. So ODU responded with composure.
Composure and patience, two integral ingredients to success, but boy, that's going to be hard sometimes.
Yes, the victor is whoever can stay poised and focused as long as possible on getting one in the back of the net.
Hillis and Balcazar now.
What a play. That is a great idea by ODU's, and I'm sure the ref is going to call that.
Be a kick for Old Dominion.
So that's a dangerous location. It's a dangerous location for Maryland. I mean, something ODU had a bit of a hard time with in their previous home game were set pieces. So we'll see if this is something they were able to work on and make something of.
Be a two-person wall for the Terps. 3-0 in shots overall. But of course, that's a misleading statistic in soccer. It doesn't matter if you get a lot of shots. It's what's on the big board, and there we still have a couple of goose eggs. And here comes Kristook back to Yulia. Pass off the mark. Picked off there by Smith. Playing some defense there, and they clear the zone.
Looks like the strategy they attempted to implement didn't quite go the way they expected it to.
Yellow card called on Mia Mitchell, the redshirt sophomore from Maryland. That set up that last kick that the Monarchs couldn't take advantage of.
I mean, they've also got to look outside as 22 seems to be wide open.
There she is,
And they're able to
Kapmeyer
find her now.
working against Mitchell. Mitchell, nice defensive effort there. But then back comes Kapmeyer.
And that's a good battle. I believe we're going to continue to see more and more battles such as that one throughout this game.
The subtext, the story within the story as we watch these little individual matchups of top-notch players is trying to keep the other from accomplishing their respective mission. Here's McCormick, hounded from behind, and the pass goes off the mark, and here's Smith.
And here's Kelsey Smith. Yes, I mean, she is remarkable on and off the ball.
They call the foul on Kula. I thought they both might have just slipped right there, but the whistle is blown. The kick's coming up for Maryland.
It did look like a slip, didn't it?
They're watering the field about 2.5 hours before kickoff here today in Norfolk. As I mentioned, 80 degrees at kickoff. Breeze now blowing from the top right of your screen toward the bottom left. Bit of a wind shift in the last couple of hours. And here's the opportunity for Maryland. Aaron Jones in the net. This is Ava Morales. She's got a couple of goals. Little chip shot here. Right on target. Well done. And the shot saved by Jones.
That's incredible coverage by Jones there.
Really nice
Maryland got
kick from
behind.
Morales. And
Yes, it was. Maryland was able to get behind that ODU outside back, so it was good stepping up from the keeper there.
Kapmeyer taking off the ball. Mullen. Now Balcazar.
A little heavy from Balcazar, but definitely the right idea. Looking to find her outside winger.
Here's Smith once again. Always dangerous, working on Hillis on the far side. Close quarters here. The ability to stop and maintain your control. Balcazar now. She'll fire one far side to Kapmeyer. Save Lucky. Offsides. The flag is up.
I mean, although offsides, the way ODU is switching fields abruptly.
That pass off the mark. Mullen chasing after it. She'll let it go, and that'll bounce off the tennis center.
You know, it's hard not to get excited with opportunities like that in the box.
Oh, no doubt. You just want to blast the heck out of it. Unfortunately, that was closer to being in the tennis court than the net. Faith Lucky, a rare keeper wearing a number 7, Chica.
Yeah, I was really surprised to see that myself. It's not every day you see a keeper wear the 7, but definitely might be a testament of her confidence in the back.
Well, she hasn't allowed a goal all season long into game number 4 here. This the first year she's started. Mitchell, again, a good job.
Some famous 7s would be Cristiano Ronaldo and Vinicius Jr. And she's wearing that 7 proud in the back as a keeper.
Here's Kapmeyer. Eglin nudges her off, and here's one of the captains, Delaney to Martino. Nice ball. Smith weaving her way. McCormick gets a foot on it, and a nice control release pass to Kapmeyer.
For Smith to be most effective, I mean, it looks like ODU is recognizing that she is going to be the target for Maryland, and she might have to release the ball sooner or find that player to play off of.
Offsides, Mullen just a half a step in front. But that's all it takes. And the way the back lines of all solid teams do, just to be able to play that offsides game and know when to move up and move back. Just there's an art to that, and it's a communication that's hard to come by, but oh so valuable when you do.
Yeah, I think Maryland has seen ODU play those through balls quite a few times, and they're setting off their offside trap right now to prevent any more of those opportunities.
So Hillis will work it to one of the captains, Kula, and she'll bring it to Summers. Skip head to no one but Faith Lucky. No score, about 15 minutes in here in Norfolk. Old Dominion and Maryland for the first time since 1995. Men's sides have met a number of times, but only once previously on the women's side. That header will go off Summers out of bounds, a throw in for Karen Raybone.
I think Maryland is finding their rhythm, gradually slowing down the game, allowing the game to be more of a controllable pace for them.
Chris Duck now with Katmeyer.
ODU still maintains possession.
McCormick will go far side to Hillis. And she'll see if she can find some open water on that end of the spectrum. Pass on the ground. Mullen tries to one-touch it. Easier said than done.
It's a little sneaky attempt there, wasn't it?
A sneaky attempt.
Yeah, it was a good call by the ref.
A little push there.
A little delayed.
Just a small push from Gemma Davidian. Comes toward Eglin. Interrupting that is Summers. It'll be a Monarch, no, it's a Maryland throw. Raybone to do the work. And Mitchell had enough of that wrap. Said, get it out of here. Eglin double teamed and triple teamed, and that'll be a whistle against Old Dominion. Eglin weaving her way through traffic. A couple illegal cones out there. Terps will get a free kick. Mitchell teed up on the natural grass surface here at Old Dominion. Still scoreless. Morales.
ODU's doing a pretty decent job of creating offensively and yet still getting themselves in the right position defensively to break up any opportunities for Maryland. Maryland keeper playing pretty high as well.
The confidence the keepers have in their feet in the last 10, 15 years is astonishing. But that's a prerequisite for the job now.
That it is.
And it adds a whole new dimension.
Very bold position to play. It's a great responsibility. But both ODU men and women's program have always had pretty strong goalkeepers.
Cole and Hillis will work this free advantage. Morales diving in there to pick that one off, but taking off her racket. Here comes Old Dominion. Nice look, but Alcazar can't get there. Terps can, and Alyssa Abramson.
Just looking for numbers in the box to cross that ball to.
There we go with Katmeyer doing the bicycle, and Lucky true to the save.
I mean, what a play. She went for it. I mean, it wasn't set on a silver platter, and she still put her foot on that and almost created something out of nothing. That was brilliant play by ODU.
Summers works it to McCormick. Lutz. Far side for Hillis. Is it a little bit too much? No, she keeps it in. Grace Hillis. Far post. And Lucky out aggressively to keep it from Kathmeyer's noggin.
I mean, they've got the right idea. Maryland's defense has adjusted to those through balls with the offside traps, so now ODU is coming in through the outside and getting those crosses in is what we're seeing.
Hillis out of bounds, throw in for Maryland.
We'll see if ODU's going to go through the middle and continue to change it up and alternate between both styles.
Abramson to throw it in. And you've got to be very confident in your teammates when you're making plays in your own zone like that. Thriso. Now Kula. Captain to captain. Lutz with a nice play there to create some space. Here comes the cross. Far post. Lucky off her hands. It'll be a corner kick for Old Dominion, their second.
I mean, that's a good attempt from the keeper for Maryland, for her to be able to get her hands on it with such an angle like that.
Faith Lucky has been busy in these first 20 minutes or so, but still nothing on the board, as has been the case for the entire 2025 campaign for Maryland. See what they do with it this time. The roller, chip it back out, and the effort from Thriso is thwarted. And here comes Maryland on the counter. Great tackle from Katie McCormick. Thriso, little chip pass for Christook. Nudged off nicely from Raybone. The cross in front. Oh, a spin in the box. Nothing called. Here's Thriso. Shot up and in!
There it is. I mean, ODU has been knocking. It's looking like it's either potentially going to be a penalty or they will honor the play.
And honoring the play would be what Old Dominion would be looking for here, right? They'll review the play.
Yes.
In. Allen. Pops up. 23-37.
Crossbar, up and down and up and down.
It looks like they might also want to review if the ball
If they
bounced
actually
behind
got through the plane.
the line.
I thought on that one right there it might have. Thriso with a blast nonetheless. I think if they slow the second bounce up,
Yes.
yeah, that looks like a goal from here.
It looks like it bounced just right behind that line.
Right there. Bam, right. Again, we aren't operating the rewind switches, folks. It's like a cat's on the keyboard or
Oh,
something.
yes. Right behind that line.
Good call, Sheikah. Now we'll see if it all is going to happen. If it stands, the Monarchs will have scored on Maryland and be the first team this year to do that.
And that's what makes this game so exciting, you know? With the new technology, being able to show what's really true and accurate here.
Interesting that most of the Monarchs have come into the shaded part for some water, and the majority of the Terps remain on the pitch in the sun. Again, we're under video review here. Will Grebo Thriso, grad student from Denmark, be awarded the goal. Here it is once again. I mean, it looks like it's well beyond the crossbar at the top and inside the line on the bottom.
Yes,
What else do you need?
yes. I mean, we'll see how the VAR reviewers perceive this.
And it was also
play.
interesting, the play on they had right before this.
Exactly. So I actually originally thought that that's what they stopped the play for, but there was some advantage that they allowed. So
It's obviously taking a little longer than you might think to do this. Maybe we're missing something here, Chica. If you're just joining us, welcome to NCAA Women's Soccer from Norfolk, Virginia, Old Dominion, and Maryland. I'm Ted Alexander. Chica Agbolu alongside watching this one. Chica played for the Monarchs. And not a lot of VARs back in your day, huh?
no, not at all. That was non-existent, and you just hope that you caught it at the right moment.
And as we've learned in the replay era in all sports, wow, it's hard to see all these things correctly. And that's why when technology is there, you've got to catch up to it with your rule making. And right now we're seeing what's going to happen here. That's a goal for Old Dominion. Rebo Thriso.
I mean, shout out to the center back for boldly taking that shot. I mean, it's not often you see that instinct to get the ball in the back of the net.
Quirk Michael.
Okay, she's playing defensive midfield.
Coach Marciano not too pleased with that call, but you can understand it. For the first time in his head coaching career at Maryland, his team has given up a goal. So for the first time in this 2025 campaign, the Terps will be playing from behind. Still early, plenty of time left. They've certainly got the firepower with 9 goals in their first 3 games to tie and win this thing, but it's a feeling they haven't experienced as a group yet.
I mean, Maryland has shown us that they have a lot of potential offensively with strikers like Kelsey Smith, who've shown that they have so much speed up top, so much control, who are gritty. So ODU is still going to have to maintain some level of discipline to sustain this victory.
Oh, you rest on these laurels. You're going to be coming up on the short end. So you got to keep attacking. Monarchs have done a good job of that in the first half of this contest, but need to keep the pedal to the metal, take advantage of those opportunities. Hillis now. Christook gives it a chase down there. But Tahira Turnage Morales is equal to that task, and the Terps will throw it in.
So one thing I'm seeing ODU doing is really stepping in all passes and going after every single 50-50 ball. This is what we're seeing, and I believe is how they were able to create that opportunity that they just completed.
In touch passing, they're accurate, and the shots saved by Lucky. Again, the mental part of sports is so much, and a team that's behind for the first time, and a goalkeeper in Faith Lucky that hadn't given up a goal ever at Maryland. These are her first starts, these first 4 games. Shutouts in the first 4. You know you aren't going to shut everybody out, so you get over it quickly, but it's still something you have to think about and process. Here we go with Lisa McIntyre. Working far side to Eglin. Nice cross in front for Smith. Here's an opportunity for the Terps in front, and Jones ends that threat.
Yeah, Kelsey Smith has shown, I mean, each time she gets the ball on that final third, she is really creating a dangerous situation for ODU's Aaron Jones.
Lisa McIntyre making her presence felt during that Maryland rush. Nice directed header there. Got to practice that one. But the Terps have it. Morales for the Terrapins. No one going through there.
She's trying to find one of her lead strikers that play.
Thriso, the goal scorer. Again, when you send the through balls and no one's going through, they roll harmlessly on the turf toward the opposition. But that's going to happen. Summers and Smith go up. McCormick gets it to Thriso. Lutz now. Looking for Mullen in there. But a catch for Lucky.
Ready to hit this report over
Maryland still trying to find their rhythm and their possession. ODU going through their midfield with
Balcazar gets it
Balcazar.
through, yep. In front. Nobody but Terps there. And that'll go out of bounds for a Monarch throw.
I mean, you can see the presence with Balcazar back playing on the ODU side. Their confidence in her, they're going through that center mid, and she's really doing a decent job with controlling that pace. And Thriso right behind, playing a defensive center mid type of position.
Some subs starting to come in for both sides, as you might think, on a humid August Sunday evening. Some in-traffic work there. Kodo Davis in the contest for Old Dominion. There's Smith for Maryland. McIntyre.
Good on Maryland to find each
Raybone.
other's feet right now,
Yeah.
playing with the triangles, creating some opportunity, not forcing it.
if you have any questions. Meaning of life.
Grebo Thriso was our goal scorer.
42.
And the minute of the goal, what was the minutes? Just in case you're scoring at home, 22nd minute, Grebo Thriso.
And speaking of Thriso, I mean, it looks like ODU interchangeably uses her either for center back or that defensive center mid in that 8 position.
Well, the classic midfield offense and defense and everything else required. Other duties as assigned for a midfielder. And it looks like Brooke Edwards was a little ahead of the action there. No whistle, though. Thriso. Here's Balcazar. Boy, her presence has been felt since she got back in the lineup tonight.
Yes, it has.
Maryland 4 for 47.
Again, a mini point guard there in the middle of the action who has the skills to handle the responsibilities.
Yeah, I mean, she definitely plays the target center midfielder 10 position very well, controlling the tempo of the game, interacting with her teammates, letting them know when to go, when not to go, when to press, when not to press. So you see her already interacting in that leadership role as one of the captains.
Kate Hawley in for the Terps for Ella Englund. Under 17 to play in half number 1. 1-0 Old Dominion leading Maryland.
Screen recording.
Here's Smith. Looking to send Hawley. And Aaron Jones will come out and just clean up on aisle 3 there. It'll be a Maryland throw-in.
Good on Maryland to utilize their wingers in that play and work from the outside. Is something they haven't really done yet this game, and that seemed to get them to the danger zone.
Here's Smith from Raybone. Again, remains patient. Thriso clears out a bit to the goal scorer from last game, Ashley Econopoulos. Old Dominion in the white jerseys moving right to left with a 1-0 lead here in Norfolk. Racing down that right-hand side. Here's a burst of energy and across to the top of the box. An opportunity that's kicked high by Kodo Davis.
And we've seen these opportunities time and time again. It's going to require those clinical shots to step over the ball.
Do you risk a second touch there, Chica? Or do you have to do a one-timer?
Honestly, in the pace of this game, with how Maryland is playing, she does have that chance to take a touch. The pressure from Maryland's end is not that heavy right now, so she's definitely
There's space to get another
she's
touch in
definitely
there,
able to
maybe.
get a touch. Exactly.
Old Dominion throw in from the far side. 7-1 in shots, 1-0 in goals. Old Dominion the advantage over Maryland here in the early going with under 15 to play in the first. Here's Ashley, the freshman. Cross to the top in front. Well, Edwards was hoping for a lucky mistake, but Faith was equal to that task.
And that's a good cross from the freshman. Trusting her players would be there in the midfield, in the middle of.
Well, and you're
the
demanding
six.
that your opponent makes a play, and Lucky did make the right play on that one. Davis,
Great communication.
Balcazar. Here's Thriso, lacing up that right footer. She'll let it go, just wide.
ODU is showing that they're having firepower coming on the outside, on that right side. They're getting crosses in. They started off the game getting the through balls through Maryland's defense, and now Thriso's created some shots coming from the center of the pitch. So they're attacking in three completely different ways. Maryland's going to have to be dynamic to adjust to ODU's attacking power.
Mia Cerna into the match, replacing Balcazar. Thriso brings it near side to Summers with Davis. Here's Kodo, guarded by Raybone, taken away nicely by Taryn there. A Maryland throw coming up. You can see the shadows and the sunlight mixing about a third of the way across the field from the bottom of your screen. Here's Thriso. Going to try and send Edwards down the left side. Brooke Edwards for Old Dominion. Surveys the situation. Now to Davis. Cerno finds some space for Thriso. What will Mullen do? Outside of a foot shot saved by Lucky.
I mean, what a great attempt when you have, those random outside of the foot, or it looked almost like a toe blow. Those can be really difficult for the keepers to predict where they're going.
It's Chris took on that last shot. Jones will come near side.
What a touch.
Davis the control. Stepping in is Mitchell. But Ava Mowry into the ballgame couldn't control that pass, and Kula will usher this one out of bounds. Goal kick for Jones.
That foot race really showed that Maryland not only has a lot of speed in Smith, but also with their number 4, Holly.
Kate Holly, the sophomore from Rockville. Long list of Hollies that have gone to the University of Maryland. Jones goal kick toward Davis. Airmails her, and here's Edwards with a nice look for Kodo. But racing back to save the day was Ella Bolova. Morales. And we've got a whistle that'll go against Old Dominion.
And the fouls are inevitable when you're applying so much pressure like that of ODU. They are really not giving Maryland a lot of space to take touches on the ball and sort themselves out.
Whistle there as Ella Bolova went down. Terps quickly get the ball back into play. That's some contact right there. Christook, they say play on. Christook goes down, and we're going to stop the clock for the injured Terp.
Looks like there was a collision at first.
A heavy collision, yeah. Again, just two players going after the ball and converging. Athletic training staff on scene here in Norfolk. Never like to see this, just the athletes battling, competing,
Yeah,
and colliding.
exactly. In a women's game, you always want to be mindful of the knees in hopes that there aren't any serious knee injuries taking place.
Not sure if we can get another look at that to see what happened, but we'll effort that. Here's another look at it. Just a collision.
And the ball looked pretty far away. I'm surprised the referee didn't call that.
It's Alyssa Abramson, the senior from Medford, New York.
She's able to walk, so that's a good
good.
sign.
It looks like a maybe the wind knocked out of her. Drew Bernard will come in to the match for Maryland. 10:25 to play in the first half. Grebo Thriso's goal at the 22-minute mark, the only score thus far this evening. First score the Terps have given up all season, this being their fourth game. And it's 1-0 Old Dominion. Monarchs with a 9-1 shot advantage.
I mean, we've seen ODU really step up against this, what would be the second Big Ten team they've played this season, and really taken advantage of the opportunities that they've had.
Now we see Alyssa Abramson at the scorer's table. She might be coming right back in this thing after a couple of moments, and that would be a great sign. If you've ever had the wind knocked out of you, and I'm sure everybody has, it's scary and it's uncomfortable, and she's back in. So that's good.
A true warrior, she is.
Of course, she has to run all the way back across the field to get to her position, but she's there as the Monarchs are there as well. That's going to be a corner kick for Old Dominion.
I mean, incredible athleticism we just witnessed here with Christook being able to dribble past about 2 or 3 of those Maryland players to earn that corner.
Mia Cerner is going to head over there along with Yulia Christook. Third corner of the evening for Old Dominion. Terps yet to have one of them. And here comes Christook. Delaney DiMartino in front of them. They'll bring it all the way back. Summers.
Again, we're seeing ODU struggle a bit with their set pieces. I mean, every team has something to evolve and work towards improving. This might be ODU's area.
Well, I'm sure part of it also is just you've got to be able to read the defense. What's the defense not giving you? What are they giving you? What opportunities can you do off the original play that can get some success for you? Obviously, that last one wasn't it. Dylan McIntyre into the match for Old Dominion. Monarchs trying to build on a 1-0 lead here. Serna and Christuk.
I mean, even in tight spaces, ODU is still getting around Maryland's
There
defense.
we go, right in front, and Lucky's there.
Creating just time and time again crosses that are getting past their defense. And Faith is having to step up for Maryland.
Nice cross there from Ashley Economopoulos, freshman from Grantville, PA. Again, she won the game a week ago against William & Mary with the game's only goal, second half. Here's Davis out of bounds, Terp throw. That one behind Mitchell. Edwards applying some pressure, and the Monarchs will get a throw.
Yeah, ODU's not letting up their pace. They started this half very fast pace, very aggressive. Maryland has stepped up their pace as well, but ODU is still going after each 50-50, keeping the possession on this side of the field.
A call to foul there on Brooke Edwards. Terps get a free kick. Mitchell will do the honors. Looking for some space. Come up the near side. Off the chest of Summers. Eventually goes out of bounds. Monarch throw in. Doing a little boxing out there. Brooke Edwards with a nice play. Here's Ashley. Nice move to get some baseline room. And here's the shot and the save from Lucky. Almost tipped away. A nice effort there and a nice save.
I mean, that shot was a really great attempt to bend that around the keeper, and what was impressive, equally as impressive, was the follow-up run from her fellow striker there.
Here's Edwards. Davis. Loft one in there, and no Monarchs home. Yeah, the far side attack, sort of through the back door, can sometimes be very effective, but it takes that extra effort. Davis battling with Bernard.
And plays like that, you know, you don't really want to force that cross. Maryland's able to read that and step in. So ODU, at times, they're going to have to be a little bit more dynamic.
Sophia Rice in the ball game for Julia Christuk as Sydney Summers gets set to throw in. And it'll be a goal kick for Maryland. Coming up at halftime from Norfolk, we'll have the highlights for you, especially a special interview with Old Dominion University football head coach Ricky Ronnie. Monarchs open up their football season Saturday at Indiana. We'll hear what the coach has to say about fall camp and the 2025 season. That's part of our halftime coming up here from Norfolk. 4 minutes and 55 seconds from now. It was interesting. The Terps outshot UMBC 16-1 in the first half. Their last time out on Thursday. Thus far, the advantage for Old Dominion is 10-1.
Wow.
Now, if you think about that, it was the Terps couldn't take advantage, and the Monarchs haven't taken advantage of that extra pressure.
Sometimes it makes you wonder if the travel plays a role in their energy level and their ability to keep that pace that they may have had in their home field.
Well, you never really know the quality of your opponent going into a season. And we know Georgetown was ranked 19th when the Monarchs played them to open up the campaign and tied them 2-2. But you aren't quite sure where everybody else stacks up. You don't figure that out until the season gets a few miles into it. Serna, the far side, wheeling and dealing and creating some space for herself, and the lefty cross comes in, and Lucky has to scoop it up.
What a series of playmaking. I mean, a lot of technicality we've just seen here from number 21 for ODU, really working around their defense, Maryland's defense, and even when Maryland went in for a slide tackle, she was able to anticipate it and stay on her feet and provide some more fancy footwork. So pretty impressive stuff from ODU's 21.
Well, and I think also we're pleased to be joined by Chika Agbolu, who's a former player for the Monarchs. The work you can do by yourself with the ball to create those skills and improve those skills. That's why you see soccer kids and players just messing around with the ball in the living room or the backyard or the driveway or wherever they can.
Absolutely. In fact, the more touches, the more juggles can really change your entire game, because it's one less thing to think about on the field, and your mind is able to play freely and consider strategy.
Well, especially you see how much in traffic passing has to be executed. Touches need to be efficient and accurate.
You know, I've heard a lot of greats say that the difference between professionals and amateurs are the professionals just do the amateur things very, very well. All those simple touches on the ball, all those simple drills, the only difference between them and amateurs are they've mastered those simple plays.
Solid work from Delaney DiMartino has set up a Maryland corner kick, and it'll be Kate Hawley taking it with the right foot from the far side. In some cases, sunshine into shade. Shouldn't be a factor, though, since they're looking that way. For Kate, it's probably a pain in the neck looking back into the sunset here. But here we go. Overshoots everybody. And the Terps will try and work it from the near side corner. Tapped out, it'll be a throw-in. Better option than a corner kick if you're a Monarch fan. And coming up to take will be Drew Bernard, the redshirt sophomore from Rockville.
And that was great defense from Economopoulos for ODU, keeping that out and creating that throw-in.
There's a cross in front. Finds its way through. And Jones will come out right in front of DiMartino to gobble it up. As we head to the 1 minute mark in this first half.
ODU finding their players in those channels again. We'll see if they're going to switch fields here in this play.
McIntarfer killing some clock on the far side. Some nifty footwork there as Hawley's going back and forth. Back to Faith Lucky with 20 seconds to play in the half. Headed forward. Edwards will skip it.
10, 9, 8,
10 seconds to go.
6, 5, 4, 3.
And that's going to bring it to the end of half number one. Red trim moving right to left in this second half. They start with possession. Monarchs in the white uniforms, Hudson blue trim. And they'll move from left to right. 1-0 ODU as we start the second 45 here in Norfolk. Just the second meeting between Old Dominion and Maryland in women's soccer. Terps won the only other meeting back in 1995 in College Park. A 6-0 decision. So here we are with Alyssa Abramson. Went down for a bit in the first half, quickly came back. Headed away by Kula. And that's headed out of bounds by Delaney DiMartino.
You can see that Maryland has a little different bounce about them this half already. I mean, we're only less than a minute in, but they're recognizing that ODU is an aggressive squad, and they're going to have to equally play just as aggressive.
Edwards trying to get the ball in front. Here's an opportunity, and Balcazar gets the shot off, but it goes wide. Little pushing and shoving there, but you can't throw penalty kicks like they're candy corn on October 31st.
Exactly. I mean, the referee's going to have to be decisive about which calls they make while still controlling the game this half.
Lutz with the throw in. Gets the ball back. And now they'll call a late whistle. Is that going to be on Morales?
2 fouls, 10.
Ava Morales saying, what's going on here? Remember, no soccer player ever has committed a foul in the history of the game, and that's why everybody holds their arms out saying, well, who, me, every time there's an infraction call.
Yeah, once you own up to it, you got to commit.
So Davis will work with Lutz here. And Morales and DiMartino will be in the two-person wall. Balcazar comes in, has a word, and she will take the kick.
Looks like there's a little bit of miscommunication there on the ODU side.
Lutz will cross it in front, and the header's a goal! Oh, miscommunication or something funky going on. In the end, it's in the back of the net, and the Monarchs lead it 2-0.
Almost makes you wonder if that was the play. That might have been the strategy right there all along, right? They really confused that Maryland defense, and they confused us back here as well. I mean, that was an incredible cross.
Go for the far post.
42-47 on clock. 42.
The dive, header, beautiful effort there on the far side of the defense.
I mean, I thought 10 was actually going to be the one to kick it, and
Is that Kula? Looks like it was one of the captains. I thought I saw the captain's armband on.
what a brilliant set piece on ODU's side.
They
who struggled
move
with set pieces a bit, but they've gone ahead and really stepped up in that play. Potentially strategic, but whatever it was really brilliant to watch and a great finish for ODU.
They bring Ashlyn Kula up from her back line position for those set pieces, and you just saw why. That's in the 48th minute, 2-0 Old Dominion. Lutz with the ball. And you're wondering the mindset of the Terps, who haven't been swimming in these waters in a long time.
Offside.
Offside called against the Monarchs.
Terps are still giving ODU a lot of space coming in, attacking the 18, and still being able to find their wingers. But the Terps are showing that they're going to stick with this offside trap, preventing those channels from happening.
We talk about it all the time, Chica. The games are so mental. And if you're Maryland, you're coming out of that locker room thinking, all right, let's just do our thing. Let's put on some pressure. Let's get the equalizer and then get to work. Instead, Old Dominion off a set piece and a diving header from Ashlyn Kula has made it 2-0 Old Dominion. And I see the wind leaving the sails of those Terrapins.
I mean,
It's hard to rebound from that, I would think.
it's really a little bit difficult for Maryland mentally because they came in more aggressive, responding to ODU's physicality, and unfortunately it cost them that set piece, which in turn cost them that goal. So they're going to have to figure out an alternative strategy, potentially playing quicker and finding the simple ball, not holding on to it like what they're doing now.
Still plenty of time. 41 minutes to play. There's Kula, the goal scorer. She and Thriso today for Old Dominion. Monarchs at 1-0-1. Terps at 3-0-0. Through ball for Edwards. Racing down that side with Mitchell. It'll be an ODU throw in. Go back to that set piece. You know, it's past the first wave of the defense, the second wave of defense, but Kula knows that you go to that far post, you can find some hay, and she did.
I mean, Kula, she's able to see things from different angles.
Edwards cuts it back, cleared away. Now Thriso, little chip. No one home for the Monarchs there. DiMartino will see if she can get something started for the Terrapins. Be a goal kick.
Maryland's outside back and defense as a whole, they're going to have to release the ball a little bit quicker to be able to work their way up to the final third.
Breeze a bit in the Terrapins' face. from the upper left to the lower right of your screen in this second half. It's been a beautiful day here in Norfolk. 80 degrees when we began. Lutz now in traffic. Balcazar brings it to the near side, and now it's Mason Telmer working with Mullen. Wheeling and dealing her way to the end line, cuts it back, and sent away by Tahira Turnage Morales.
ODU is playing very strong and agile in these tight spaces. They're still able to find space and take it, and they're still attempting to cross those balls.
There's a little skip header coming to the feet, and here's a shot from Balcazar, just high.
What a shot. I mean, everything about that, it was really good attempt at placement, just unlucky.
Again, the accurate passing in traffic leading to that opportunity for Old Dominion. This is a Terrapin team that was 4-10-5 a year ago. So they're just one win away from equaling their entire season total from a year ago. So a lot of optimism in College Park, with reason, for first-year head coach Michael Marciano, who's come back to his alma mater, where he had so much success on the men's side, couple of national championships. And with 9 goals in their first 3 games, the optimism was riding high. But perhaps a bit of a wake-up call here tonight in Norfolk against arguably, and again, the season will tell us if this is the truth, but arguably the best opponent they've faced thus far.
Yeah, I mean, I think Maryland has a lot to look forward to playing under this new program leader. They've shown some sparks of quality play, and they're finding each other. They're even adjusting to the game a bit. They just haven't quite had that chance just yet this game, but so far in the season, there's a lot to develop in chemistry with their new coach, and a lot to look forward to.
Well, you have to deal with adversity. Simple as that. And this is perhaps one of the first doses on the field they've had this year. And I'm sure one of the things he's watching for is how they perform under these circumstances.
That's true. I think you mentioned earlier that they've yet to have to come back from being down a goal or two.
Yeah, different mindset, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Every pass has a little bit more pressure on it. Edwards going in, boxing out from DiMartino. Has Lutz, will use.
And that's good on ODU, not forcing that play, utilizing one another.
Oh,
wow.
just cleaning her out of the way with DiMartino. And a physical play there, but an effective one if they don't blow the whistle. Here's Balcazar for Old Dominion. Top of the box, headed away. Here we go with Thriso going baseline.
10 is wide open.
And the push in front, oh, through the doorstep, but no one could pick up the paper.
What's interesting is that despite ODU being up 2 goals, I mean, they are still putting themselves in a more offensive position with their center midfielders still lining up, joining their strikers up there, anticipating those crosses.
McIntarfer brings it into Lutz. Again, the crisp passing, accurate passing. Lutz outside of the foot here to Telmer. She'll line up the lefty, and that'll go wide for a goal kick.
That's an ambitious shot, but still showing just how comfortable ODU's feeling right now tonight.
Unofficial shot numbers 13-1 in favor of Old Dominion here tonight. 2-0 on the scoreboard. Grebo Thriso in the 22nd minute, and Ashlyn Kula in the 48th minute.
And what we're seeing at times is that Maryland is coming in defensively with several players at a time, applying more pressure to ODU when they receive the ball. And that's really the strategy that Maryland can tap into in this game.
Just 2 plays, 2 completed puzzles from tying this thing with plenty of time to go, under just about 33 and a half. There's another collision. Monarchs come away with the ball with Thriso and Lutz. Air things out here to McIntarfer.
ODU still able to find each other, playing small side, small side.
Oh, what a look there from Balcazar to Lutz. DiMartino on the defense. Slows her down a bit. Defensive mates come back. Balcazar will line this one up and fire toward the far post. And that's off a back and saved by Lucky.
This is brilliant football we're seeing. ODU has shown that style at times. We saw that in previous games, that short side, long, where they're finding each other in these triangles and then running off into the space and splitting the defense.
Lucky with the drop kick. Davis on the far side watches it go out of bounds, and the Terps will bring it in with Taryn Raybone. Whistle go against the Monarchs.
Stop clock. 14.
Be a free kick for Maryland. Terps will entertain the Naval Academy on Thursday at 7 o'clock at Ludwig Field. And the Monarchs are off until next week when they host Liberty Sunday night at 6 here in Norfolk.
Those are going to be some good matchups coming up.
Morales brings it near side to DiMartino. Can the Terps get something going here? Morales deflected by Lutz. And here we go the other way. Telmer, what a nice look there for Mullen.
I mean, the ability to change pace.
Davis just a bit far away with that touch.
Did you hear that? Fourth official said when they stop play, don't start the clock when they whistle, start it when they can. You're good.
And that was good on 8 for ODU, being able to take that ball down on that right side and shift her game of play.
Riley Mullen, a junior from Staten Island, New York. Thriso pops it up for Edwards. But Turnage, Morales uses her bodies to such an advantage there. Knows the angles and knows how to shield.
And I would say that she's really made those necessary adjustments this half to ODU on the physical end. She's making sure that she's getting down lower to throw their balance off.
Going home run down the near side for Kelsey Smith has been quiet this evening. You know the Monarchs have been paying heavy attention on Kelsey Smith in their preparation for this match. They had a week to do it. And she really hasn't been a factor. You can tell the skill she has and the speed she has, but she hasn't been much of a factor as the Terps offense has been anything but offensive this evening.
Yeah, I mean, ODU is playing collectively as a team, very defensive. They're not allowing any small passes to get through, and they know that she's going to be a target.
You're like 10 seconds behind the clock out.
But you know that if the Terps can get on the board, Old Mo will shift to the side of the yellow and red in a hurry.
So true.
Abramson brings it back. He'll work the other side with Mia Mitchell. Brooke Edwards keeping an eye on her.
Should be about 8 seconds.
The official says for the
Kula Sunbelt Conference Defensive Player of the Year.
You will get a yellow
It's a surprise they didn't call that high kick right there against ODU.
make the official.
Lucky just says, I'm booting this thing out of bounds, but it's saved on the far side. No, Old Dominion throw in. Mullen gave that a good run, keeping the pressure on the Maryland goaltender on that one. Mia Cerna will come in,
60 minutes of action for a little back.
and Andrea Balcazar will come to the
Balcazar,
sidelines. Solid contest for her.
very, very solid half she had. She was involved in that set piece with her team. She was able to make very valiant efforts taking shots in that upper 90 against Maryland. Just unlucky missing a few of those, but very effective play. Welcome back, Balcazar.
Mullen, this is Christock getting past DiMartino, but that's about that there. And on that set piece, I want to know if it was designed to be crazy, confusing, to have everybody looking which way but up, or if they didn't know which way was up and they finally figured it out.
I myself am curious as well. I mean, if it was planned, that's a very unique and creative strategy. It worked.
This is also only the third game of the year for this group, so it could have been something other than that.
Yeah.
Christock will get the corner kick. Just what she was trying to do.
And ODU's this half, what we're seeing is more efforts coming in on the outside. The center midfielders are pressing high as well, but we're seeing a lot of opportunity coming in on this right-hand side for ODU.
She'll go long, far side. They'll try and keep it alive and can't do that. Goal kick for the Terps.
You know, it only took me till halftime to realize that the keeper for Maryland, Lucky, might have chosen 7 because of lucky number 7.
Well, there you go. Under 27 to play in Norfolk. 2-0 Old Dominion leads Maryland. Terps come in at 3-0-0. Monarchs 1-0-2. Cerna working her magic with Christock.
ODU showing so much technicality tonight. I mean, they're feeling really comfortable. They're enjoying themselves. I mean, Maryland is having to stay on their toes tonight. A lot of footwork we're seeing here.
Nice tackle from Bulova, but it's over the end line, and the Monarchs will get a corner kick out of it with Cerna and Christock.
Repeat that again, please, Caleb.
DiMartino trying to remain patient. Top of the box it comes, and here we go. The shot that's high and wide.
47 for 14 and 8 for 13.
Yeah, I mean, taking that touch is going to be essential for them. I mean, she may not need to dump it right back in, but maybe find feet or take a touch and find a corner.
Wholesale substitutions for Coach Michael Marciano and the Terrapins as running under 26 to play. Trying to find the combination that can put together the puzzle to get that first one on the board. Monarchs led it 1-0 at halftime and have added one more in the first 3 minutes of this second half.
Foul 9, Old Dominion.
Maryland finding each other quickly,
Vivian goes down.
but ODU responding with such a strong tackle. I mean, even though ODU's defense it's not been tested as much, they're showing their readiness.
Here's Morales. She's got a couple of goals this year. Not going to happen that time. It's always interesting, the strategy to go all the way back to reset as opposed to try and keep things moving forward. Tough decisions, but always interesting decisions.
Yes, honestly, a lot of times it's necessary to regroup, and it also completely realigns the other team, creating spaces.
Yep.
This game is a game of space, and who can manipulate it the best. So sometimes playing it backward stretches the field, allowing both teams to realign. It can be dangerous, though, when you have fast strikers that are pressuring full on, as we've seen with Smith and with Christook tonight. Smith on Maryland, Christook on ODU's side.
Here's
Looks
Julia.
like Christook is now playing outside this half.
Outside of the foot. Deflected there. Solid tackle from Bulova.
Good time, Joe.
Passes under pressure, but accurate. And Morales tries to send it up, and Kula sends it out. That'll allow her defensive mates to get back into position. As the Monarchs try to preserve this 2-0 lead with 23 and a quarter to go.
You're welcome.
I mean, Coach Angie on ODU's side is showing the diversity of her players. I mean, we've seen the captain, number 14, Thriso, play defensive center mid first half, and now she's playing center back. We saw Christook playing striker in the first half and now playing outside mid as a winger. Just showing the depth that she has and the versatility in the players in her program.
Hillis now comes up near side. Morales sends it into her bench. Be another throw in for Grace and the Monarchs. Cerna bump from behind. Taking off the ball. The battle continues. Bulova now to Emily Lenhart has been effective in her time.
Referee is allowing the women to play tonight.
I kind of prefer that if both teams are understanding and don't take it too far. But I like the idea of letting them play. You don't want the whistle to be the star of the show. Unless you're on a tugboat.
Very true. And it slows up the flow of the game.
Eglin back in here with a lefty cross out front. There's an opportunity. But nobody's home on the far side. Lenhart will try and get something going with the left foot. Cleared out. Mullen gets it over the midfield stripe. And the Terps will reset from there with Abramson.
And that's good chasing from 18. Economopoulos on the ODU side.
Yep.
She's still on it.
One touch.
It's that kind of pressure that ODU applies on Maryland that allows them to feel uneasy when they're on the ball.
It's also fascinating to me to see these in-touch drills, in-traffic 5-on-5 drills they do before a game or at practice every single day, and how much it pays off during the actual game with accurate one-touch passing under duress.
Oh, it's huge. It's huge. I mean, if your team can really play that small-sided 5v5 or rondo, it really translates in the match.
And here we go. Oh, almost very dangerous as Ashley was there once again looking to make it 3-0 Old Dominion.
You got to love the communication there between the defensive player on ODU and that forward. I mean, they communicated and showing that she was open in that space, and she was able to dump that ball right in there.
Davis brings it back to the spot, and it's kicked out of there as we go under 20 minutes. Old Dominion leading Maryland here in Norfolk by a count of 2-0. Now, we don't want to put any carts before horses here, Chica, but the last time the Monarchs had a win over a Power 5 opponent was 2012. That was a 2-0 win over North Carolina State. So it's been a while.
Well, regardless of how this game turns out, I mean, I think ODU has to be proud of themselves with how they've played tonight, really finding each other, playing quickly, charging in on the 50-50s. It's not always going to be perfect, but in terms of style, I think that they have exceeded.
But you've got to get the race done. You got to finish it.
Got to finish
And
it.
that's a whole other skill that each group has to learn each and every year. And with this just being game 3, a little bit more degree of difficulty, if you will, as Jones will make the stop. Aaron Jones, the grad student from Caroline County, Virginia, transfer from Liberty. Only faced one shot here tonight, as the Monarchs have really dominated play territorially and, of course, on the scoreboard with a 2-0 lead. Here's Bulova.
Maryland sub, 96 for 22.
In steps Abramson, now Morales.
Maryland
Accurate to
attempting to step in first
Yep.
in some of these plays and winning that possession. Finding each other is good on them.
Turnage Morales. That one's off the mark, but her teammate goes in and takes one of the chops, and the Terps retain possession.
I mean, you see Maryland here trying to find themselves and trying to ping some passes together. Didn't quite yield the fruit that they wanted, but the quality of play, I mean, they're playing a bit of a different style that we're seeing right now in the
Sense of
last
urgency.
5 minutes.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And that's what you've got to do. You've got to know how to get to the next gear when it's most necessary. And when you're down 2-0 with 17 minutes to go, there's a collision. Meanwhile, racing down the right side is Telmer. Telmer chops it to the far side. We got a whistle as we've got a Terp still down. That's Ava Morales.
It looked like both Maryland players collided with one another.
Here's another look at it. You see the two Terps collide. Again, both competing. You know, those 50-50 balls can be so difficult because you're giving it your all to get to it, and so is your teammate, and so is your opponent.
And if I'm not mistaken, number 2, Morales, had a collision in the first half.
Now she's up. She'll get a nice round of applause from the fans here in Norfolk. You know, she's not going to want to come out.
I hated that.
16:53 to play. 2-0 Old Dominion leading Maryland. Monarchs looking for their first Power 4 women's soccer win in 13 years. Ava will stay in. Again, next up for Maryland, Navy at home Thursday at 7. The Monarchs will host Liberty 1 week from tonight.
It's a good decision for 2 Morales to stay in the game. She's been a pretty pivotal and effective player on the Maryland side.
You can see how important the distributors in the middle of the field are for a number of different reasons, offensively and getting defenses organized, etc. But we also see how difficult against a good defense putting together that puzzle is.
Exactly. I mean, their opposition is really coming in strong and putting several players against one play. If Maryland has the ball, at least 2 ODU players are attacking at a time, and that's what we've seen.
Bolival, the center, little chip there for Lisa McIntyre, but Jones is there to clear it away. Aaron Jones has been sharp when necessary, especially in the early going. That one shot that the Terps was a decent opportunity in the first half.
Yes, it was.
Mowry back into the match for the Terps. McIntyre comes out. As we see the clock click 15:15 to go. It's the classic, depends on which side you're looking at it from. If you're Old Dominion, it's moving slow as molasses. If you're the Terps, it's just flying by.
And that's a good point. I mean, Maryland continues to strive and continues to try to make something here while defending.
Pullover will watch it go over the end line for a Maryland goal kick.
I mean, not a bad idea from the Maryland defender to play that long ball and dump it for that 50-50 against ODU's defense.
Well, you're hoping to either execute offensively or have a defensive mistake. And the Monarchs haven't made a lot of defensive mistakes here this evening.
No, they haven't.
Trying to get the ball to Bulova down the line is Abramson. Can't get it done.
Maryland fighting each other, but
Mullen.
ODU, it was a little heavy, that touch there. It went straight to the keeper, but she has time to find her players, but not a ton of time in the grand scheme of the game.
Monarchs had a 58 to 42% territorial advantage according to the stats in the first half, and I don't think they've relinquished, still in the high 50s, if not 60s in the second half. They've had the territorial advantage throughout the entire contest here tonight. They've got 13 shots to Maryland's 1 and 2 goals to none for the Terps. Abramson, as they move up that back line, trying to put the pressure.
Their forwards have to get in those open spaces and channels sooner
Bulova.
to create opportunity for their defenses to play to. I mean, that's what we're seeing. I'm sure number 26 is wishing that she had gotten in that open space when number 8 had the ball, because that could have, in one play, given them an opportunity to be in the 18.
Corner kick for the Terps. Emily Lenhart will take it. Is this where Maryland gets back in the ball game with 12:20 to play? She'll work it with the right foot. Far post. Jones is there.
Fall down. Trip over your feet.
That was well secured by Jones.
Those are
providing confidence to her team.
high degree of difficulty efforts from the offense there because you're going on a razor-thin margin without a lot of people around the ball. When it's out more toward the penalty spot, you've got a lot more traffic where crazy stuff can start happening. Hillis almost does the splits, keeping that one on the Terp side of the ledger. Lanhard, far side for Kate Hawley. Can't get to it.
You see Maryland here trying to stretch the field a bit, playing these longer balls, stretching ODU. It's a different approach, and it's not a bad one. I mean, it's gotten them on this side of the field, and all they need is one chance, one opportunity. So they may have to play that long ball constantly. I mean, it's not the most beautiful form of football, but it's strategic, right?
Well, it's like taking the express instead of the local. You have as many exits on the interstate, but still, it's oftentimes not as successful when you've got a team that's going to start playing for it defensively, backing up, laying off, just waiting for the home run ball, and then trying to counter.
Wow, I mean, even falling, she was able to get a touch on that ball. The instincts are sharp tonight for ODU.
Well, and there's been little, if any, drop-off when Angie Hines gone to her bench. I'd like to see the numbers at the end, but I would think there are a lot of even minutes being distributed.
It's a testament to their depth, right?
Yeah, and helpful on a warm night. And when you need to, go to a different lineup or a different spot person playing.
Especially this early in the season when you're just coming off a preseason, you really want to see what each player can do in each position, and helps you really gauge what your team as a whole is capable of.
Yeah.
.23 for Maryland has really been a pivotal player
Tahira
trying
Turnage
to hold
Morales.
off
Yep.
their forwards, ODU's forwards throughout the match, particularly the second half. I mean, she's been getting stuck in, trying to break up plays.
Hillis will keep it down and clear it away. Eglund. This is Lutz. Pass a little bit off the mark, but saved there by Thriso. Nice effort there from Grebo. McIntarfer.
9:30 and I missed 30.
Racing down the left side.
Foot race 1v1.
Looks like another corner coming up.
32 for 4, 14 for 47, and 22%.
Oh, looks like Maryland,
Econopolis there caused the corner.
number 2. She's limping a little bit on her way off the field. She's holding her stomach. She's had a rough game.
Yeah.
Morales, number 2 for Maryland. And despite how physical the game's been for her, she still was able to be effective when she was on.
So Lutz and Balcazar are on the far side ready to take this corner. Kula just about on the penalty spot. See what happens with this one with just over 9 to play. Far post. Kula's there.
22.
Oh, an opportunity goes by the board there.
That one-touch attempt right there outside of the 6 is exactly the right instinct and exactly what she should have done in that moment. It's just unlucky, hit the outside of her foot, and she wasn't able to pull it off. But how beautiful that would have been.
Samantha Weiner into the match for Maryland as we go under 9 minutes.
11 for 8 and 10 for 26.
And that one will go out of bounds. A Monarch throw-in ensuing. 13-1 in shots, 6-2 in corner kicks. Old Dominion with the advantage, and they lead at 2-0.
What a touch.
Edwards trying to get things going offensively as it's sent out of bounds. And Hillis will come in, but take her time in getting set up for the throw-in as slowly but surely you try and drag your feet a little bit here, Chica.
Yeah, she's definitely not in a hurry.
There, a nice look back for Lutz.
I mean, when Balzar's playing, she just provides so much comfort on the ball, really serving as that true 10, showing up, checking two for her
What a look
players.
for Lutz. This is offsides. Broke just a little bit early.
Exactly. I mean, just her ability to find that run, and number 7 being able to make that run. I mean, they're reading each other. The chemistry is there. It's almost as if Balazar was never gone.
Well, that's what you get done on the practice field, too. You know, you earn some of that trust and knowledge and creativity and chemistry. All right, Thriso, who scored the first goal in the 22nd minute, give Monarchs a 1-0 lead. Since then, Ashton Kula, a header off a set piece. Balcazar, wonderful play. Great to see her back in the lineup. Spreading the field once again as we're under 7 to play.
You could see the fatigue starting to set in a bit for both teams.
Yep. Well, it's been a beautiful day. It's also been a warm day. Warm few days.
Yes, it has.
11.
All right.
And I think ODU is understanding they don't really need to force it at this point, but if it's there,
Edwards with the
They're gonna
header.
go
Here's the
for it.
one-timer. A bit of a whiff there with Katmeyer. But again, even when the clearing attempts come, the Monarchs remain composed on the back line.
I mean, that they do, and just shows their level of confidence to go after those balls. I mean, those volleys are not easy. I know they've scored a volley. They scored a brilliant volley against Georgetown a couple weeks back, but those volleys are not that simple. And I mean, kudos to them for even attempting. You know, it only takes but one chance to get that in.
Well, you just look at how important precision passing under pressure is. Because the other guys certainly want to interrupt your flow every time. But
That's
when
right.
you can execute despite the defensive pressures, you can get somewhere. Again, the Monarchs dominating territorially here in Norfolk tonight. Thriso going for number
Right
2.
again.
Down, Jack.
Under 5 to play in Norfolk. 2-0 Old Dominion. Again, looking for that first win over a Power 4 school since 2012, a victory over NC State.
That's
6 dancing a bit from the back.
Terps not wasting any time.
These
Here's
last
Smith.
5 are going to be critical for them.
Chasing after it there is Raybon. And that'll be headed out, last touch by Old Dominion, and it'll go over the sideline for a Terps throw-in. Again, they aren't going to waste a lot of time. Bulova working with McIntyre. Calm pass to Smith. She's going to try and get one going. Nudged off the ball by Thriso. The Monarchs are clear.
17 for 7.
Here's Edwards. Brooke Edwards.
Looks like Maryland was looking for that call earlier. They're not going to be happy about this call here
No,
on this
that's
side.
you think the first one, if that was a no call, that one would have been a no call, but not the case. The whistle blows. Clock continues to churn with 3:20 to play, and the Monarchs will get a free kick at midfield.
And really, if I were ODU, I mean, I would make sure I didn't get frazzled by this pressure that Maryland is now channeling into. I would make sure that we maintain possession, close the game strong. I mean, anything can happen at any second, which we saw in the last game with the opposing team almost getting one in the back of the net.
Lutz. Oh, just marveling at these passes. Crossed in front. No, here comes Brooke Edwards. The shot far side, just wide.
The fact that ODU is still finding these spaces and finding these opportunities and really going after it, it's impressive. It's showing that killer instinct that they've shown us throughout this entire match.
They started this match with the territorial advantage and more of the opportunities. Finally cashed in with Grebo Thriso in the 22nd minute. It went to video review as the ball hit the crossbar, went straight down and straight up, but the video showed that the ball did cross the line, 1-0. And then in the second half, off a free kick, a diving header from Ashlyn Kula made it 2-0, and that's where we are with 2:40 to play. And again, 15-1 in shots for Old Dominion. Sometimes that's misleading, that stat, and sometimes it isn't. And tonight it wasn't,
No,
or hasn't been.
not at all.
Terps not giving up, still trying to execute. Their best start since 1996, and the record of clean sheets will obviously come to a close here tonight.
I mean, that was a good play from Maryland's side, being able to get behind ODU's defense and get that cross in.
That'll go coast to coast. From Aaron Jones to Faith Lucky with under 2 to go. Here's Smith.
Smith was about to turn those wheels on.
Yep. It's got to be frustrating for scorers, the lead strikers, who don't get a lot of opportunities to try and strike. And that Kelsey hasn't had a lot of opportunities tonight.
There's a lot of sometimes dependency when you play up top in that position, dependency for your team to get the ball to you, for you to even create. And so it's got to be frustrating at times when the other team is breaking up your possession. But it's a good experience, I think, for the Maryland side to experience this kind of opposition this early in the season, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Oh, freshman here with a potential opportunity to assist one of her teammates.
Goes far side. Here's another opportunity, and that'll go high and wide in the final 30 seconds. So this one's going to go into the books for Old Dominion. And while the Terps have to be pleased with a 3-1-0 start, they'll do a lot of learning after this one, because they've faced a tough Old Dominion team that came out and dominated this contest and wins by a final count